Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here. Today, I bring you something that has set social media on fire and shaken the Turkish entertainment world. Demet Özdemir's statements, unexpected and powerful. And no, this time it's not about her new series, or her chemistry with Chagatai Ulusoy, or even her vacation on the Aegean coast. What made headlines this time is far more personal and painful. It all started when, while enjoying the sun and some peace, Demet was caught by journalists reading a book on the beach. She smiled politely, but her eyes already betrayed a hint of discomfort. Still, she answered kindly, talking about her series and her break. But when they asked her about Can Yaman, recently seen in Istanbul with his new partner, Sarah Bluma, the mood changed entirely. Visibly shaken, the actress paused for a moment, and then, with a smile that hid more than it revealed, she said, "I wasn't the one who forgot him or left. It was his decision. I just watch." With these words, Demet shattered years of speculation. Without saying it outright, she confirmed that some wounds are still open. What seemed like a peaceful breakup had more story behind it. And though she tried to remain strong, her trembling voice and her eyes told everything. "Everyone gets what they deserve. I just want to enjoy my days and move forward," she added. But the damage was already done. Her words spread like wildfire on social media. Hashtag Demet Özdemir. Hashtag I was not the one who forgot. Hashtag Sarah Bluma. All trending instantly. Comments poured in. Demet has class even in silence. Can chose and she rose with elegance. Sarah Bluma will never match Demet. Meanwhile, from Can Yaman, absolute silence. Rumors suggest his circle is worried, especially with talks of a possible wedding with Sarah in the US. Some say he's been asked to prepare a strategic response. But will he actually respond? Or is his silence confirmation that the past is behind him? Demet continued her vacation without further posts, except one cryptic story. The world doesn't need anyone. Coincidence? Nobody believes it. What's clear is that the story between Demet and Can isn't fully over. Her words reopened a chapter many thought closed. Will he marry? Will she speak again? Will past love reignite? Right now, all of Turkey is watching. The Queen has spoken, and she spoke from the heart. Sometimes a woman's silence speaks louder than 1,000 words. And in Demet Özdemir's case, her silence has been her shield, her way of enduring a relentless media storm. While others fall into scandal, she has stayed calm, dignified, and composed. Many tried to drag her down, tie her to stories that no longer belong to her. But Demet has shown she doesn't need to justify her every move. She doesn't scream, she doesn't lash out. She moves forward. And that's exactly what frustrates those who'd love to see her fall. I've read the judgments, the doubts. Some wonder what she felt seeing Can collapse into his own ego. Others try to tarnish her as if silence equals guilt or weakness. But no, that silence is her way of saying, "I've seen enough. I don't need to explain."
Demet has been underestimated constantly for being a woman, for being beautiful, for having come out of a public relationship. But she never played the victim. Instead, she worked, she grew, she made thoughtful choices, and defended her space with grace. While some chase headlines on red carpets, she chose to step away. She isn't perfect, no one is, but in a world where everything is exposed, Demet has preserved her essence. She didn't fall into the trap of public fights or petty reactions, and that, believe me, takes strength. Exploding is easy. Staying calm when provoked is hard. I wonder how many times she held back tears in silence, wanted to speak up, to tell her version. But she chose a different path: resilience, personal growth. Some call it coldness. I call it courage. And yes, maybe many of us idolized Can and thought they were destined, but life rarely follows the perfect script. One thing is certain, Demet walked out of that story with her head high, while others took darker roads. She's evolved, and she doesn't need to shout it. Demet doesn't need scandals to shine. Her talent speaks. Her presence is enough. And though some may try to erase her with rumors, they can't undo what she's built. Today, more than ever, I admire her, not just as an actress, but as a woman. So while the world keeps judging, speculating, and spinning tales around her, I hold on to the image of a woman who knew when to walk away, who chose not to get her hands dirty in battles not worth fighting, and who reminds us, those of us who look beyond the headlines, that true strength doesn't always make noise. Sometimes it simply walks in silence and leaves a mark. And I say this not with resentment, but with genuine sadness, because I know she's talented, capable, full of light. But now that light feels dim. It no longer moves us. It's as if she's been swallowed by the very system she once challenged. And if she doesn't stop in time, she'll become just a memory, admired for who she was, not who she is. I hope there's still time for her to reconnect with herself, to choose with her heart, not her ego. Because when the media moves on, when silence replaces the applause, that's when she'll face her truth. And I hope by then, it's not too late. The Demet we knew didn't need to provoke to be seen. Her strength was in her emotional intelligence, in her gaze, in her ability to connect with her audience through truth. But now, between filters and rehearsed lines, all of that seems to have faded. Where did that authenticity go? Some will say she's exploring, that she has the right to change and reinvent herself. And they're right. But the problem isn't change itself. It's the price she seems to have paid. Because in the process, she's left behind not just her style, but part of her essence. Social media no longer inspires, but confuses. Fans no longer comment with pride, but with longing. They ask, is this still the same woman who once cried over a project that touched her soul? It hurts to write this, because there's no resentment here. Just deep sadness. Sadness to see someone once so in touch with her values, now seemingly lost in a game of appearances. Some even suggest her new image hides unresolved wounds, a constant need for validation, a silent fear of fading away. And maybe they're right.